The Baku Formula One race may not have been the most thrilling spectacle, particularly due to limited overtaking opportunities among the frontrunners. However, errors and team decisions stole the spotlight during the Azerbaijan round, especially at Ferrari, where Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc created one of the most awkward internal conflicts of the season. Leclerc emerged from his cockpit completely frustrated with the final result, primarily because the position swap occurred after Hamilton claimed he possessed superior pace with fresher tires. However, the British motorist failed to overtake Lando Norris for 7th position or any other competitors ahead, making the strategic gamble appear futile. The incident unfolded during the race's closing stages when Leclerc found himself battling for 5th position against Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson. The Monegasque motorist was making progress on his hard compound tires until Norris overtook him, causing the situation to deteriorate rapidly for Ferrari's championship aspirations. Ferrari's strategic decision centered on tire compound differences between their two motorists. Leclerc was managing older, hard compound tires, while Hamilton ran on faster, medium compound rubber, theoretically providing the British motorist with a pace advantage during the final stint. Based on this performance differential, Ferrari instructed the number 16 car to allow Hamilton through, expecting the 7-time world champion to capitalize on his tire advantage and potentially gain additional championship points for the team's constructors' standings. Standard protocol in such situations requires the beneficiary to return the position if the strategic gamble fails to deliver results. Leclerc received instructions during the final lap's closing moments to prepare for a position swap should Hamilton fail to overtake Norris. We're going to swap at the end of the lap on the main straight if Lewis doesn't make the overtake, Leclerc communicated to his race engineer as he entered the final sector. Lewis is going to let you pass on the main straight, came the response from Ferrari's pit wall. Hamilton did reduce his speed in the final straight, but his deceleration came too late for Leclerc to complete the overtake before the checkered flag. The Monegasque motorist appeared visibly frustrated with his teammates' timing, believing the position swap should have been executed more efficiently. Leclerc's immediate radio response revealed his exasperation with the entire situation. "I really don't care, it's for an 8th place, so it's okay, he can enjoy the P8, the Ferrari motorist stated. After his engineer offered an apology for the miscommunication, the Monegasque continued his scathing assessment of the botched swap. "It's just stupid because it's not fair, but again, I don't care honestly," Leclerc added, demonstrating his frustration while attempting to downplay the significance of fighting for points-paying positions. Closer examination reveals that Hamilton bore partial responsibility for the failed position exchange, though Ferrari's communication timing also contributed to the confusion. The British motorist received instructions to yield the position extremely late in the final lap sequence. "Let Charles pass. He's a 1.5 behind you. This is the last lap." Riccardo Adami, Hamilton's race engineer, communicated as the final sector unfolded. The delayed instruction placed Hamilton in a difficult position regarding safe execution of the position swap. Hamilton was already committed to the high-speed main straight when he received the team order, making rapid deceleration potentially dangerous given the circuit's characteristics and surrounding traffic. The British motorist faced a challenging balance between safety considerations and team compliance. The 7-time world champion acknowledged his role in the communication breakdown while explaining his focus during those crucial moments. "I was obviously faster, but Charles was kind in letting me pass," Hamilton stated diplomatically during post-race interviews. Hamilton continued his explanation of the incident's development, "But I got the message very late and was focused on the car in front of me, even knowing there was a 0.001% chance of overtaking, the British motorist admitted, revealing his awareness of the limited overtaking opportunity. The Ferrari motorist detailed his attempt to comply with team instructions despite the challenging circumstances. "I lifted on the straight and really braked, but we lost by about 4/10. It was just a misjudgment on my part, so I apologize to Charles. It won't happen again," Hamilton concluded professionally. Leclerc's immediate post-race interviews occurred before he had sufficient time to discuss the incident with Hamilton or Ferrari's management team. His initial emotional response reflected the heat of the moment frustration rather than a calculated assessment of the situation's complexity. However, Leclerc's primary frustration centered on Ferrari's overall lack of competitive pace rather than the position swap controversy. The Italian constructor finished 8th and 9th on a weekend when McLaren struggled with their package, allowing teams like Williams and Racing Bulls to score points. "There are rules we know we have to work with, and today maybe those rules weren't respected," Leclerc stated diplomatically, acknowledging the team's internal protocols while expressing disappointment with their execution. The Monegasque motorist attempted to minimize the incident's significance while maintaining his position about proper procedures. P8 or P9, I really don't care. Obviously, if we're fighting for higher positions, which I hope happens, then I hope we work in a different way, Leclerc explained. Leclerc's comments revealed his expectation for improved team coordination when fighting for more significant championship points. His reference to working differently suggests he expects clearer communication and better execution during future strategic decisions. Nevertheless, the Ferrari motorist redirected focus toward the team's fundamental performance issues, but I don't think this should be the point of discussion. Unfortunately, we were very slow throughout the weekend, and that's what we should focus on, Leclerc concluded pragmatically. This perspective demonstrates Leclerc's maturity in recognizing that internal position swaps become irrelevant when the team lacks overall competitiveness. His emphasis on addressing pace deficits rather than dwelling on strategic miscommunication shows championship-level thinking. Ferrari's weekend highlighted their ongoing struggles to match the front-runners' performance levels. Their inability to capitalize on McLaren's difficulties exposed the gap between their current capabilities and championship contending pace. The Italian constructors' strategic communication breakdown compounded their performance deficit, creating unnecessary internal tension when unity remains crucial for addressing technical challenges. Efficient teamwork becomes even more important when fighting for limited points-paying positions. Hamilton's apology demonstrates his recognition of the incident's impact on team morale and his relationship with Leclerc. The British motorist's acknowledgement of responsibility suggests his commitment to improving internal cooperation despite their current competitive struggles. Leclerc's eventual diplomatic tone indicates his understanding that internal conflicts serve no constructive purpose when the team needs maximum focus on technical development. His pragmatic approach could facilitate better collaboration moving forward. Ferrari's management must address both their communication protocols and fundamental pace deficits to prevent similar incidents while improving their championship prospects. Clear procedures and improved performance represent interconnected challenges requiring comprehensive solutions. The Baku incident serves as a microcosm of Ferrari's broader challenges this season. Technical performance limitations create strategic dilemmas that expose communication weaknesses and generate internal friction among championship-level competitors. Both motorists' post-race comments suggest recognition that their energy should focus on addressing Ferrari's competitive shortcomings rather than internal position battles. This mature perspective could benefit their collaboration during the team's development process. Ferrari's ability to learn from this incident while addressing their fundamental pace issues will determine whether they can mount a stronger challenge in remaining races. And internal harmony combined with technical progress represents their pathway to improve results. The Italian constructors' response to this controversy could influence their long-term dynamics as they prepare for 2026 regulation changes. Effective crisis management and improved procedures could strengthen their foundation for future championship campaigns. Do you believe Ferrari's communication breakdown in Baku exposed deeper organizational issues, or was this simply an isolated incident that won't impact their long-term partnership between Hamilton and Leclerc? Subscribe for exclusive Formula One analysis and the latest paddock developments.